We're back now with the stunning scenes coming out of Bolivia's capital in what the president has called an attempted coup.
We want to show you this video of soldiers storming the gates of the government palace on Wednesday after a top general and his allies vowed to, quote, restore democracy in the South American country. The rebellion lasted just 3 hours after Bolivian President Luis Arce named a new army commander who quickly ordered the troops to stand down. Joining us now from Miami with details is NBC News correspondent Marissa Parra. So I know, Marissa, this is just the latest political battle in the country. Catch us up on how we got here and what the latest is on the streets right now.
Hey guys, good morning. Good to be with you. So a quick wrap of history. Bolivia is known for its coups. In fact, professors who study this at universities have largely pointed to Bolivia as the country that has had the most coups and coup attempts since 1950. And so Bolivia is no stranger to exactly that. We saw this actually just years ago in 2019. Evo Morales was ousted because of a successful coup. And so what we saw in recent months, we have seen financial turmoil. This is a country that has already known poverty. And in recent months, this all sort of reached a fever pitch, if you will, with economic turmoil. And so now we had what we saw yesterday. And you mentioned that lasted several hours, kind of quieting down with the arrest of that general, guys. But so many questions, of course, on what happens now and how the country moves forward with yet another coup to add to the list, guys.
Yeah, so the Army's former commander has been arrested, as you said, after an investigation by the Attorney General there. What was that investigation like? What happens to him now? And are there others that are involved?
Great question, because that investigation just now beginning. We've seen the statements coming in overnight, especially from the current government right now vowing, quote, swift justice, saying that he will be tried. That general you were talking about, he will be tried, and they're seeking prison time for him. But one thing that was interesting, one thing a lot of people are talking about is who exactly was behind this. The general himself didn't claim to be behind this, but it did appear that he was, as he was, chanting. He was, of course, at the forefront of that movement that we saw yesterday. But as he was being arrested, guys, what I thought was really interesting is he was claiming that it was the current president, Luis Arce, who told him and kind of encouraged him to do this, saying he needed something to boost his popularity. So right now, guys, is the tough and tricky part of really trying to get to the bottom of who exactly was behind this, and that is something that always takes some time to really uncover.
Considering that this country is suffering from this severe economic crisis, what does this mean for stability within the country? Could we see more political shockwaves in the near future?
It's definitely not out of the question. We're supposed to have an election next year. And so there's a lot of questions on what this could mean for that and who gains from this. And so what we have in terms of that election that is scheduled for end of next year, it was supposed to be President Luis Arce, the current president, and Evo Morales. And so there's a lot of questions on if this will try to be spun in a way to delay that election. I think only time will tell, but certainly isn't going to do anything good for a country that was already in financial turmoil, now further in political turmoil as well. Joe and Savannah.
All right, Marissa, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.